Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for clicking on my face, first of all. I filmed every single part of this video before, but it wasn't in focus and now I have to do all of it again in my exam period, in my essay period actually. So condolences to the thing that I called free time. But hey, here we are. So let's hop right into the video. Today I'm talking about what my mom has told me and taught me in my 20 years of existence. I'm not saying that I'm actually doing anything that she told me, but I'm trying to give you advice so you don't have to be the idiot that I am in my everyday life. I am Aysun. I am from Germany, but my parents are Turkish. I'm studying in Scotland. I'm studying journalism, film and media. I am a witch. I'm interested in spiritual things and all of that good stuff. So yeah, that's me for you. My mom is, I think, the kindest and the best person that I know in my life. And I'm not just saying that because she's my mom, but because she has been a great mentor when it comes to problems of the heart and when it comes to life, and she has always achieved to calm me down when I needed it the most. So here are the tips that my mom would give you in a difficult situation. The first one is speak your mind. My mom is Turkish, so she knows a bit when it comes to things like societal pressure and not being able to be the person that you fully are. She didn't want us to go through the same things, so from my childhood on she told me that I should speak my mind, even if it's with relatives and even if it's with people that we have in our lives that normally parents are like, yeah, you should respect your elders. She always told me to speak up when I need to, and she always believed me. Even when my teacher, for example, put the blame on me, she still believed me. And I think speaking up and learning that from a young age is something very precious. And if you didn't learn it in a young age, you can still learn it, because saying what you want and stepping up for what you want and putting your foot down is something so important. If you don't do it for yourself, no one else will. The second thing that she is a genius, a professional in, is listening to others and honoring their stories. My mom really listens to you, and you might not even notice because you said something 2 months ago and then she buys it out of nowhere, and it's not about her giving you a gift, it's about her thinking of you and her really listening to what you want and what calms you in your everyday life. And we want so much from the people in our lives, in our relationships, be it platonic or in a family environment or a romantic relationship. We want the other person to listen to us, but mostly we don't do it ourselves. We think of what to say next, or we think of our own lives, and we don't really listen to the people, and we're not really there when they talk to us. And my mom really knows how to listen to people, and she really shows you that she cares, and she's really humble about it. It's really amazing how much she listens to me and my sister, for example, because I don't think that this is a very usual thing for parents. Parents try to tell you and teach you what they find important or what they think is the right thing, but my mom really actually listens to us, and she asks for our advice, and she knows when we know more about a topic. My sister is great in beauty. When my mom wants to buy new cosmetic stuff, she asks my sister, and she really cares for her opinion. And even before that, she was really humble in our childhood about what a child can see and what an adult just cannot see anymore. Children are not touched by society yet, and they're not trying to be something they're not. they're just who they are, and they see so much more because they didn't live in that kind of pressure yet. So it's really important to listen to children. A fourth tip that my mom always gave me is try to be alone and learn to be alone. My mom went to study, and she didn't study in her hometown, and she was with her cousins when she went to study, but she spent a lot of time with herself as well. And she learned to go to the cinema alone in a young age, and she just had the best time of traveling and enjoying a new place that she hadn't really discovered that much yet. She was young and she was on her own, and it was the best experience that she could have had, I think, because she learned to be alone and okay with it. I really remember when Mirror Mirror, the movie with Lily Collins and Julia Roberts, came out, that I was obsessed about that movie. And I went to the cinema with my family and then with my friends, and I still wanted to watch the movie. So my mom was like, yeah, just go alone again to the cinema, I'll give you money. And I'm like, I'll be alone. And she's like, you should learn to be alone. You will be alone most of your time in your life, and you should learn it from a young age. So I went alone to the cinema. I don't want to lie, I think I was 12 or 13, and that was my first experience, and since then I never seeked for another person because I was completely fine on my own. The fifth thing that she's very great in is giving people with an open heart and not expecting anything from them. When my mom gives you a present, it's really thoughtful, and it doesn't have to be a birthday. She does it with all of her heart. When my dad works a lot, she cooks his favorite food, and it's not because he wanted her to. She just wanted to see him smile. She's so great in giving people without expecting anything in return, and I think that is something very altruistic that we don't see a lot in our society right now. A sixth thing is something that she tells me over and over again, and I'm really trying to listen and learn, but it's pretty hard. It's about love bringing you to a cliff, and if you jump or if you don't, that's completely your choice. She told me that thing so many times because you cannot control love. It's not that you can suppress it or you can do anything about it. It just does something with you. If you go for it or if you don't, that's completely your choice. And if you miss your opportunity, that's your fault as well. The seventh tip ties into it because you cannot escape love. You can try to control it, you can try to suppress your feelings, but what comes up will come up. Some things are just so unplanned and so beautiful in life that sometimes losing control is the best thing that can happen to you. It's also something that I have a really hard time learning because I'm a control freak. I'm like, but what if it goes wrong? And what if this? What if that? What if I don't have enough time for myself? What if I can't do the things that I want to do because I'm sacrificing for someone else? But my mom didn't plan to fall in love and then go to Germany and create a completely new life there. Some things are just life. Life just happens. If you try to control everything all the time, I think you miss on the good parts of life. Another thing that I grew up with is you can do anything with a little bit of faith, trust, and pixie dust. That's a Peter Pan quote, and my mom always told me this when I felt really down and when I felt like nothing is going right. She's like, you can do anything if you really do believe in it. Everything else just comes on its own. Life is not working against you, it's working for you if you really believe in yourself. Many people have so much support around them. I know that some people have a hard time. I know that not everyone had a supportive family as I did in their childhood, and I'm really grateful for that. But I do think that a lot of us have people that support us, but we look on the downside or we don't see the bright side of it. We should really appreciate and embrace the people that do believe in us and that do want us to succeed. Many people that love you want to see you win. Sometimes their definition of winning may be something else, but the intention behind it is very positive, and I think it's often full of love. The ninth thing is keep on learning and never give up, and never be like, I'm too old for this, because my mom completely changed her life, especially in these past years. She always had a problem with weight and losing weight and stuff, and after she saw that she can't go on like this anymore, she completely changed her lifestyle. She started intermittent fasting, she started having a plant-based diet at home. She's still eating meat and stuff when she goes out, but still she puts so much effort in it, and she thought that she would never be the person that has self-discipline. And I think seeing her journey tells us about how much we should believe in ourselves, and how much we can do if we give up all of these agreements that we made years ago. If you really think and if you really personify with something, then that becomes your life. And if you give up all of those beliefs that you're carrying with you and that you make a baggage of, then you can completely transform and be something new and be someone new that you wanted to become all the time. The 10th thing, life is not perfect, and it's completely fine and not being perfect. We're trying to make everything perfect and organize everything and control everything, and everything should go as planned, but sometimes life just happens and it's completely fine and not being perfect. We're not perfect as well, and I think through failure and downfalls we can understand ourselves way better. And life would be really boring if we didn't have all of that stumbling and getting up again and all of that stuff. And when I see what my parents have went through, like being immigrants in a totally different country, sometimes not having enough money and really struggling to make the rent or feed your children, those are things that they have went through. And then I have the smallest issues, and I have the feeling that I'm not going to make it through. But then I look at what they have been through and that they're fine, and that you can still find happiness, and everything becomes much brighter. And an extra one, just for you. The good ones never grow up. My mom never grew up. She's the same kiddo that she always was, always has been. She loves Winnie Pooh, she loves Disney, she knows half of the Disney songs that I know by heart, and I think I know every single Disney song there is. She watches the same movies, she loves The Little Prince. I think you can live with the grown-up version that pays taxes and stuff, and I do think that you can still live with that child heart and laugh at silly things and watch Disney movies and animation movies and Ghibli movies and enjoy your life. It's such a gift to stay that way and stay true to who you are, and that purity, I think, has never left her. The good ones never grow up. Please pay your taxes, kids. I know it has to be done, but afterwards you can watch your childhood series and it's completely fine. So those were the things that my mom has taught me. I hope this video helped you a bit. If you have any suggestions, any comments, anything that you want me to cover, just pop it in the comments down below. And if you like this, you can share and subscribe and all of that stuff that you do on YouTube. If you feel lonely at any time, if you want to talk to someone, feel free to hit me up, and have a great day. See you in the next video.